Ooh, oh, wow. That eclipse is so cool. The sun's just going right behind the moon. Everything looks really groovy. Awesome. Oh, hey, everybody. Hi. How are you? Julianne here from Acting from All Angles. And today we're going to talk about eclipses and acting and how they relate. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? What do my notes say? It's not eclipses, it's ellipses. Oh, what do you know? Um, hi. I hope you find my little intros entertaining. I spend hours coming up with them. Just a little fun thing. I love to have fun. So, yeah. Hi, everybody. I am so glad you're here. So we are going to be talking about, at request of one of my students, we're going to be talking about ellipses today. I know, so exciting, really thrilling. So what's an ellipsis? You guys all know what an ellipsis is, right? Here's my printout. Oh dear. So an ellipsis is 3 dots after a line, right? Three dots. And ellipses can be a little bit confusing to people who don't really know, how to do them, okay? And why this all came up is I have a student that asked me about them. We were doing a play for the showcase called A Betrothal by Lanford Wilson, which is a short play. It's fantastic. It's a 1-act, and it's so much fun. It's really delightful. It's about this man and woman at a flower show, and I found my thing. I just got to print it out. And so you can hear some noise. It's at a flower show, and it's really, really great. Read it if you can. I'm going to put a link in, actually, for it right now. So here is a link for that to take a look at Betrothal. So one of the characters in it is just constantly filled with ellipses. He just has ellipses everywhere. Hi, DL. Somebody, DL, just waved. Good to have you here. So excited. Oh, I know why it's not printing. My thing's not plugged in. All right. Okay, so his character, Wasserman, to pardon the printer over there, Wasserman has like ellipses almost every line, okay? So in his lines, he's just constantly doing ellipsis. And so my student, Jack, who was working on that, was like, how do I do so many ellipses? How is it not gonna look obnoxious? What do I do? And so we worked on it, and he just thought it'd be great for me to clarify with everybody out there how to do an ellipse. And also, I was thinking about the ellipses and eclipses, and actually, I'm going to tie the two of them together in a really fun way that might help you remember how to use an ellipse. Okay, all right, so here is a picture of an ellipse. It is right here. I'm going to show you. So it's this one right here that says the cat ate the bat, all right, with the dots after it. That is an ellipse. And we're also going to go into dashes and a little bit of other punctuation too for acting, okay? So yes, it's going to be kind of a grammar-y thing that we're going to do. So we're going to do that. And you know what? First of all, I forgot to introduce myself. All right, so... Oh, I'm Julianne Lichty-Stratton, and I am the creator of Actors in Action, professional acting training, where we are dedicated to helping the actor create a solid process so that they feel completely confident no matter what they do. They go to an audition, a callback, or a booking. And in this little series, which is Acting from All Angles, we work on the different aspects of acting, which are the ABCEFs of acting, which is appearance, business, craft, emotional fitness, and financial fitness. So today, we are going over craft. Working on punctuation is a craft thing, right? It's something that we're going to work on with our craft. Okay, all right. And you guys are here because you're actors and you want to improve and get better, and you want to help, hopefully, you want to have a community where you can come and learn more about acting and have other people you can talk to and hang out with and you know, build this little actors club. Okay, so let's go back to ellipses and eclipses and all that kind of stuff. First of all, let's talk about definition, shall we? So we've got an ellipse. Ellipse, E-L-L-I-P-E-S. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. That is an oval, all right? So that's an ellipse. All right, then we've got an ellipsis, which is what we're talking about, the three little dots, okay? So let me just read some of this stuff here that I have written down a bit. So it's a noun, and it's the omission from speech or writing of a word or words that are superfluous or able to be understood from contextual clues. So you don't have to say it, it's just inferred. And in acting, we have to fill out those silences. We can't just drop them to infer things, okay? And it also means the three dots, the cat, bat, hat. The cat ate the bat. Dots, okay? So now ellipses is plural for ellipsis, and that is spelled E-L-L-I-P-S-E-S, ellipses, okay? And let's get into some etymology. Do you guys know, you know what that is, right? It's the study of words. I love that, where they came from. So ellipsis comes from ancient Greek, ellipses, which means omission or falling short, which is really interesting. And then let's talk about eclipse too, because like I said, I'm going to tie eclipses into ellipses. And it's going to be really fun, and it'll give you a visual to help you with that. So eclipse, E-C-L-I-P-S-E, the definition, obviously, we know it, we just had one here recently. It's an obscuring of light from one celestial body by the passage of another between it and the observer, or between it and its source of illumination. It also, this is very interesting, means the phase during which a distinctive marking of a bird, especially a male duck, are obscured by molting or the breeding plumage. Isn't that cool? And it's also a verb. So it's a noun, this thing that's actually happening, where the sun goes in front of the moon or the moon in front of the sun. Or it's a verb, which means something is being obscured. A celestial body obscured the light from or to another celestial body. It's a verb you can do. You can actually play the verb to eclipse somebody, which is really fun, which you can't play the verb to ellipse somebody because it's not a verb, right? So, okay. And then eclipse, the etymology of that, where that comes from, it is from Latin, from Greek, eklepsis, to fail to appear, be eclipsed. It comes from out or to leave. So there's some similarities sort of relating there. Okay, anyway, back to ellipses. Okay, so with an ellipse, what we want to do is, we've got those three dots. So we don't want to just say, the cat ate the bat, right? I think I misspelled that. It says the cat at the bat. Anyway, it's the cat ate the bat. The cat ate the bat. If we had an ellipse after that, we would say the cat ate the bat. And we would carry on that thought, right? The cat ate the bat. I like to go for 3 little seconds because there's 3 dots. The cat ate the bat. 2, 3. That's your ellipsis. It's still full of your intention. It's still full of your personalization. There's still thought and meaning in it. It's not just the cat ate the bat, and you pause and do nothing. Okay? So we've got that fullness in our ellipse. And when we do that, the text is going to read as very, very rich and can even be a little mysterious if you want. So as an actor, how do you play that? You can't just pause because it's not going to look like it's filled with something. What you need to do is you really need to continue with your intention. All right, so let's talk for a second about intention in acting. So intention is what we want, right? So if I wanted to go over and flick somebody on the nose, that would be my intention. I would walk over there and I would flick them on the nose. Boom, I did it. That's what I wanted to do, and I did it. All right? So it's the same thing in acting. We all have an intention in our scene. We have a scene objective. We want to achieve something. We want to get Rosemary to give us the popsicle or whatever it is, okay? So we go over to the Rosemary and we demand she gives us our popsicle, and we fight with her and we cajole her and we do all kinds of things to get our popsicle. We have our intention continuing to go. We never give up on that intention. We have to change our tactics sometimes, and we have to work off our partner to get what we want, but we're going to do that constantly with that same intention. And we're going to look at my partner. Am I going to get what I want? Am I going to get what I want? And a lot of times, the best way to do that I found is playing verbs, which we've talked a little bit about before on this. So verbs are behaviors like to tickle, to court, to embrace, any kind of behavioral active verb we can do to somebody. So when we are playing an ellipse, when we're doing an ellipse, we want to keep playing our verb. So if my verb is to seduce somebody and I say, the cat ate the bat, and I've got an ellipsis, I got to carry that out, okay? I don't want to just stop after my last word and say, seduce them and stop. Say, the cat ate the bat. Boom. I've lost my intention. I've lost my verb. No, I don't want to do that. Okay? I want to continue through doing that. So let's try another verb. Let's see. How about to accompany them? All right. So if I'm going to accompany them and use an ellipsis and say that silly line, I'm going to say, hey, the cat ate the bat. Let's keep going, right? I don't just drop it after I get done with that word, to accompany. The cat ate the bat. Boom, I'm done. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? This is just something to practice, the ellipse. Now, let's talk about eclipses and ellipses. So this is a good metaphor. So for those of you that were lucky enough to see the eclipse, I guess it was a couple of months ago now, it came across the northern United States, northern hemisphere, and it had this path. I know Idaho, really close to us, was right in the pathway, and a bunch of people here in Utah went up there and saw the eclipse, and it was really fabulous. I didn't do that. I was here home working on stuff for Actors in Action because I'm so dedicated, but I knew when the eclipse was going to be, and so I just took a second and I stopped and I went outside and I looked around, and it was so interesting what was happening. It was getting dark, definitely, but there were all these super cool patterns on the floor, on the ground, which I found out later were little mini eclipse things reflecting off the leaves or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was technically, but I just remember looking at all of these really cool patterns on the ground going, wow, what is that? They looked otherworldly. I was like, that's really mysterious and really cool. So what had happened is the sun went behind the moon, right? Sun went behind the moon, and everything got dark and kind of eerie and cool, mysterious, and all these weird patterns. And then the sun came out and everything came back to normal, right? So it's the same thing with an ellipse. You're still having that thought. You're still playing that action. You're still there. It's just, it's going behind things for a minute. You're no longer verbalizing it, but you're still activating with it. You're still allowing it out in a different way. Do you see where I'm going with this? So when you play an ellipse, when you do an ellipse, you can think about that. You can think about that you're just eclipsing for a second. For just a little second, 3 little beats, you're just eclipsing everything. It's still there. It's just functioning slightly differently. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. I thought that was a really, really cool metaphor. It can be used for like when your character goes beyond words. They don't even know what to say anymore. And most writers, when they do that, when they put in an ellipse, that's what they're telling you to do. All right? They're telling you that this goes into an otherworldly realm of some sorts, maybe communicating beyond words, which you can do also by playing action. So think of it that way. don't think of ellipses of like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this. I have to shut up and like still make it cool. Use this as a really fun moment to let your role and your character go deeper. Okay? So I think that is a really, really fun way of looking at it. So, all right, so that's basically with ellipsis. All right, now we're also going to talk about dashes. So, and I'm going to fix my misspelling here because, you know, I'm rather dyslexic and I don't see words here. So now we're going to talk about dashes, okay? So we've got our ellipses, and now we've got a dash right here. So the cat ate the bat. The cat ate the bat. Right there. Okay, so it's a dash. Now, how is a dash different than an ellipse? A dash means that somebody is cutting you off. Okay, so when you're saying a line and you're saying and there's a dash, that means your partner is supposed to come in and cut you off. All right. What I always do, if they don't cut me off, I just keep talking. So if I have to say the cat ate the bat and they're supposed to cut me off, I'll be like, the cat ate the bat. And so now we don't have a bat to play baseball with. What are we going to do? And I just keep talking until they cut me off. All right. But how it's supposed to go is the cat ate the bat. What do you mean the cat ate the bat? That's terrible. So it's this boom, this emotional impact that happens. All right. So you've got to have your partner knowing what they're doing with that, because you can't wait for them to cut you off and have it look real and have it look good. So it's a partner thing. They've got to go in and do that for you. Okay? All right, so that's the difference between an ellipsis and a dash. Okay, cool. So let's just look at a couple other things. There's a few other things up here. We've got a period, right? And this is going to help you when you're breaking down a script. We've got the cat ate the bat with a period. So that's just cat ate the bat. We all know that, right? What about if there's a period after every word? I've seen students of mine do the second sentence here. They'll be like, cat ate the bat. And they don't really take into account that there is a period after each word. So for something like that, you would say, the cat ate the bat. It's usually used for emphasis. It's very rare people use that, but it does happen. And then we've got our ellipsis, the cat ate the bat. Then we've got our cutoff, the cat ate the bat. Whoa, what do you mean the cat ate the bat, right? And then we've got an exclamation point. Now, does that mean that we yell? Oh, I forgot this one too. We'll go back to that. Does that mean we yell with an exclamation point? Not necessarily. It means that we say it with emphasis. The cat ate the bat. And what about this guy right here with the question mark and the exclamation point? That's usually like, the cat ate the bat. What? What are you talking about? It's a very strong question, exclamation. It's very strong, all right? And then also, this one right here, all caps, the cat ate the bat. That usually means raise your volume, okay? All right, so these are things that writers use to let the actor know how they want them to say the lines, to interpret the lines. Okay, so punctuation is very important. I know that Meisner, in the Meisner technique, a lot of people teach in memorization how to memorize Meisner. It's just write it out without punctuation, just the whole thing, which is great, and that's a fun way to approach it. But also remember, the punctuation is important. Punctuation is the way that the writer connects with us, is one way, and lets us know, hey, this is what's going on. It's also a way for us to learn how to break down the script and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, I really hope that was helpful. Ellipses can be tricky, and I was looking all over the web, and there's not a lot on there with about punctuation for actors, and which is too bad, because punctuation is one of those things that seems like, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but yet it can be really important. So here is a couple of links I found. This is from Backstage. It talks a little bit about dialogue and punctuation. Here's another one from some guy's blog. He is a writer, and he talks about how ellipses versus dashes, all right, and how to use them and how to write with them as well. And then also, this is a link to punctuation for Shakespeare. which is really, really cool. There is this whole school of thought that looks at the first folio of Shakespeare, which is the first printing. I actually have a copy of it myself, a facsimile up there. It was the first printing of all of his plays, which came years and years and years after he died, but still. And it's got weird old spellings, and it's got all this punctuation, and there's a whole school of thought with Shakespearean actors, that they use specific punctuation to do certain things. Like semicolons are like a full stop, or a dash is like you're thinking about. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't studied that for a while, but there's a whole school that works that way, which is really fun to work on Shakespeare that way. So that's a little article about that. Okay, great. So wonderful. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad you're here for Acting from All Angles. A couple of announcements. So Actors in Action starts again. This is our last week of this session. 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It starts again March 6th. Here is a link for my UVU class that starts on the 6th, Tuesday nights down at UVU, if you want to sign up. It's my regular AIA class, so you get all the great AIA things there. Here is a link to my Salt Lake classes, and they start the same week. And then, as some of you know, I will be in LA on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March to give my free intro class. So I'm going to give those links as well. So if you sign up, is that going to sign you up? I don't know if that gives my link for it. If you sign up for those, you are going to be able to come for free and find out all about Actors in Action, and what I teach, what it is all about. And it's going to be a really, really cool, amazing class. So I hope that you guys in LA will come and take a look at it. We're going to be doing some of the exercises. We're going to be doing all kinds of really fun stuff. Let me see if I can get that better link right there. It's just, you just sign up for one class. Let me see, there you go. Just one of the 3 classes you can sign up for. And it's going to be about 2 hours long. And like I said, we're just going to go over lots and lots of cool stuff for Actors in Action. And you'll get to learn some really fun tips and tricks and stuff that you can use at your next audition. So hope to see you there. Okay, here's one more, and I've got one last one here for the Saturday class. So yeah, I'm doing it Saturday from 11 to 1, and Thursday and Friday from 6:30 to 8:30. Okay, so that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Please, if you have any things you want me to talk about with Acting from All Angles, let me know. I'd love to keep talking about all the fabulous things with AIA and with acting. All right, have a great weekend. We will catch you next time.